Okay, so let's start with the webinar. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, which is Unlock Personas that Convert with EazyDI. I am Neha, and I will be your moderator today. First of all, thank you for taking the time to join us. We know your calendars are busy, but we are excited to make this hour truly worth your while. Today, we are diving into how marketers in India are overcoming common data challenges and building high converting personas. You will hear how top marketers in India are breaking silos, unifying their ad, CRM, and performance data, and delivering high impact personalization without writing a single line of code and without having knowledge of any programming. Whether you are a seasoned digital marketer, a performance specialist, or someone who just starting to build their data first, marketing practices, you are absolutely in the right place. So we have got a packed agenda today, insightful speakers and a product demo, which I know you won't want to miss. Plus, we will wrap up with a live Q&A session where you can ask anything from strategy to setup to real world use cases. So get ready to take notes and you can drop your questions in the chat. So let's get started. So let's begin by acknowledging the elephant in the room. So why is it still so hard to attribute success to our campaigns or build reliable personas? Many marketers face fragmented data from ad platforms, CRMs, and email tools. Attribution feels like a guessing game to the marketing field. Personas often live in theory rather than practice. And most importantly, manual reporting continues to slow down the decision making in the team, right? You're not alone in this field, and that's exactly what we are tackling today. These are the challenges which we are going to address in this webinar. We will be looking at how marketers are using EazyDI to turn messy, disconnected data into real-time and high converting personas. We will be looking at how marketers are using EasyDI to turn their unclear data or messy data, and how they can easily do the analysis of their data using EasyDI. So you don't have to know any code, no waiting on IT, just clear and fast insights. So it's that easy. And how you can do that with EasyDI, I will be walking you guys through it today. So before we dive deeper, let me introduce you to today's fantastic lineup of speakers. Shubham Agrawal, who is the head of R&D at EazyDI. He will walk us through a live demo showing how easily you can unify ad channel data. Gaurav Zadhav from needinstruction.com, who will share how his team boosted campaign performance using a data-first approach. And we will also have a live Q&A session at the end, so you can put your questions in the chat box or a Q&A panel. Now, before we start, let's hear from you. What's your number one marketing data challenge? What's your problem while you tackle with your marketing data? Is it disconnected ad data, CRM attribution, manual reports, or something else? So you can cast your vote in the Q&A panel or in the chat box. It will help us tailor the session even more. So you can consider this option as 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can put your options in the panel. So first would be the disconnected data from ads. Second is attribution blind spots. Third is manual reports. Fourth is manual reporting, and third is no clear personas. Okay, I can see that most of the polls result is confirm that what we see across the board is data chaos. Today, most marketing and business teams are juggling disconnected tools, cleaning messy Excel sheets, and waiting weeks for insights. What's really happening behind the scenes is a growing storm of data silos, inconsistent formats, and manual processes. So, all of which basically block the flow of accurate, timely decision making. These deep-rooted issues don't just delay insights, they create bottlenecks, burnout, and bad decision for the team. And teams end up reacting instead of leading. That's where EasyDI comes right in. Our platform is purpose-built to cut through the noise, unify your data, automate the heavy lifting, and empower your teams with reliable insights. Let's talk about the marketing analytics challenges some of you may be facing. Even the best marketing campaigns fall short when the data behind them is unclear, incomplete, messy, or delayed. So the reality is, marketers today are facing massive challenges, and I'm sure you all can attest to this. First one should be the data overload. With so many omni-channel platforms, it's hard to tell which ones are actually driving engagement or ROI. Lack of real-time insights, waiting days or weeks for reports can mean losing ground to faster-moving competitors. Personalization gaps without clear data on customer needs, delivering relevant and personalized content becomes a guessing game in the team. So you can see that the code says it all. Expected ROI is difficult to achieve if the data is substandard and unclear. So EasyDI is built to solve exactly this. We help marketers connect every digital channel, example, Google, Meta, LinkedIn, Bing, and more, and deliver real-time AI-powered insights so you can focus on action, not on cleanup or data prep. So here's how EasyDI comes into play. EasyDI is a user-friendly AI data platform that simplifies data connections and movement, ensures data quality, and delivers powerful analytics, helping you guys become more data-driven and turn insights into action. We are also a SOC 2 Type 2 platform, and our no-code platform allows digital marketers such as yourselves to gain better insights without waiting on IT. We have partnerships with some of the leading platforms in the market, such as AWS, Databricks, DBT, and Snowflake, just to name a few. These partnerships enable seamless integration with your existing tools and offer enterprise scalability from day one. So whether you are a startup or an established brand, EasyDI fits right in. So rather than continue to talk about this value, I will pass it along to my colleague Shubham, who will walk you through to the platform and demo of EasyDI. Over to you, Shubham.
Thanks, Neha. And hi, everyone. I'm Shuma Agarwal, Head of R&D at EazyDI. It's great to be with you all today. So today I'll walk you through a quick demo to show how we are helping teams unlock real marketing intelligence just by connecting ad platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, just to name a few. And you can put data wherever you want, like just for an example, Snowflake, Oracle databases, or flat files. And just after that, you can use AI-powered analytics just to explore the data. So I'll quickly give you a walkthrough how we can do it in EasyDI without any code required whatsoever. So without wasting much time, let me quickly share my screen and start with the demo. Okay, let me quickly log into my account. So this is basically the EasyDI's UI look like. So what I have to do is I have to first go to the pipeline screen. So this is pipeline creation screen. So before we actually begin to the demo, let's consider a scenario. Okay, let's say I'm a digital marketer and I've started a campaign in LinkedIn. Just for an example, okay, and my campaign will be running for 7 days, for a week, you know. And now my hurdle over here is I want to do analytics on top of, based on my campaign's output. So I want to do the analytics on daily basis. You know how my ad worked in the last day, on the last 2 days, on the last 3 days, and so on. So I want to do the analysis on daily basis at the end of the campaign as well. So how EazyDI can help me with that? Let's consider that example and let's move ahead. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is, first of all, we have to create a pipeline. In order to begin with it, first of all, let's name our pipeline. Let's say LinkedIn, and for an example, let's take Snowflake as target. Yeah. So these are basically a list of connectors here that you are currently viewing. So list of connectors as in basically what from where you want to pull the data from, like in our case, it's LinkedIn. So we have to bring in the data from LinkedIn, like campaign related data, and then we have to do some sort of analytics on top of it. So let's select LinkedIn over here. So it should be under marketing analytics. So as I was mentioning, there are multiple ad channels as well as CRM channels and many more, connectors, or what we can say, from where we want to bring the data. You can definitely, visit EazyDI and explore that particular connectors. But for today's demo, let's select LinkedIn ads. So as soon as I click on LinkedIn ads, it will prompt me for a connection name. So for today's demo, I have already created a connection called SA LinkedIn. But in case if you don't have any connection, what you can do is you can just click on add connection, provide a simple name, just for an example, and you just have to click on authorize. So what will happen post authorize is basically it will take you to the LinkedIn page. It will prompt you for the consent, and once you are done, your connection will be saved automatically. So for today's demo, as I have already created it, I'll select that and let's move ahead. So once I've selected that, it will prompt me for connection object. So now what is connection object? Because in connection name, what we did is we just gave it the consent that you can bring in the data. But in connection object, we specify what sort of data we are looking for. Like in our case, it will be campaign related. So let's select campaigns. So now it's prompting me for sub resources, which will be all campaigns. Now here there are additional parameters. So what happens is for LinkedIn, it can happen like for my particular ID, I am working for multiple clients and so on, or multiple accounts are mapped to my particular ID. This can happen. This can be a normal scenario. So that's why we need to specify over here that which account we are looking for a particular campaigns. So as you can see, I have multiple accounts. So let's select EazyDI for today's demo, and read mode would be all. So once I'm done, all I have to do is I have to click on next. So I'm done with the source connection details over here. Source as in where we have to bring in the data from. So I'm done with that particular details. Now what do I have to configure is where I want to put that data. Now I'm sorted like how I want to bring. Now I want to just specify where I want to put the data. So I can put the data in CSV sheets, flat files. I mean, wherever I want. There are many databases here. So like for an example, if I'll search for CSV, I can see there are many options in CSV as well. AWS S3, Azure CSV, CSV, just a plain CSV, then FTP CSV, and so on. But for today's demo, let's select Snowflake, which is a database. And there are many more databases like Oracle, MySQL, and so on. But for today's demo, let's select Snowflake here. So this is something that we are specifying where we want to put the data. Now it is, if you'll see and if you'll compare on the step 1 and step 2, it looks exactly the same. Only thing that is different is basically the connector that we have selected. On the first screen, we have selected LinkedIn. Here we have selected Snowflake. There might be of minor changes that might prompt here, but apart from that, everything is similar, so that user won't get confused, and they can pass on this pipeline very easily. So in similar fashion, in case if you don't have any connection, all you have to do is you have to click on add connection. This detail gets changed as per your connector, because for LinkedIn, it was like OAuth based authentication, like with the email ID and everything, we get authenticated. But for Snowflake, we need some sort of other details. So based on that, it gets changed. But apart from that, everything is same. So once you are done, you can, also test the connection and create a connection right away. Once you are done, you can just select the connection here and you can move ahead. So for today's demo, I have created this connection called Snowflake Cloud. Let's select that. Now in the connection objects, in similar fashion, now what will happen is here I have to specify where I want to put the data. So for today's demo, I've already created demo LinkedIn campaigns name table. So I'll select that. Let's select override as a save mode and click on next. That's it. That was as simple to configure the target part as well. Now only part, I mean, with respect to data that I have to configure is this fields. So these fields are basically, like let's say you have a CSV, right? In CSV, we have different columns. So I have to specify like for that LinkedIn data, in which column, what sort of data I want to put in. There might be some sort of corner case scenario, in which you want to specify that in this column I want this particular data. So that is something that you can configure on this screen. But as you can see, it has EasyDI has already automatched all of the columns. So what happens is EasyDI tries to automatch all of the columns behind the scene, whatever it can. So in my scenario, it was able to automatch all of those. So in case if I want to still, modify this, what I can do is I can quickly delete this mapping and again drag and drop. I just have to drag and drop. There is no, typing whatsoever required. You just have to drag and drop and it will be mapped. I have to just click and drop it like this. That's it. So before we move forward, I'll also like to show you this fx operation. Let's say if you want to do some sort of modification on the fly when the pipeline is started, executing. So you can also use ltrim, rtrim, and there are many more, functionality over here. You can definitely explore EasyDI, under the EasyDI just by looking at it. So let's move forward quickly by clicking next. So this is our final screen for the configuration page. So here what we have to specify is like in our scenario, right? What we specified was we are starting a campaign in LinkedIn, right? For 7 days. So now what happens is, let's say I'm starting my day at 11 a.m. So I want the latest data to be there in my Snowflake account so that I can do the analytics, with the latest records, right? So for that, what I can do is I can use this configuration screen and I can schedule my pipeline at 9 a.m. let's say, so that whenever I log in, whenever I start my day, whenever I am doing analytics, before that my pipeline will be executed and I'll get the latest set of records that are there in LinkedIn. Whatever the latest set of clicks that were happened in my campaigns, in my ads, so I'll get those details right away. So in order to configure how we can do that, is basically just provide a schedule name. Let's say, just for an example, schedule name. Here what we can specify is when do I want to start it. Whenever my campaign starts, I mean, I can specify that particular date and time, and based on the time zone as well I can select. And repeats is basically a frequency over here. So in my case it will be daily because I want to reset my data or refresh my data on daily basis. So based on what's user requirement is, user can definitely explore different options over here like weekly, monthly, and so on. But in case if I'm selecting daily, I have multiple options over here as well, based on my requirement. As my requirement was I'm going to just execute my pipeline. Sorry, I have my campaigns for 7 days, right? So I can set my end date as well if I want here right away. And in case if there is no end date, I can repeat indefinitely. So I can just configure it right away in under this same pipeline itself on the fourth step. But for today's demo, let's keep it simple and let's select without schedule and move ahead. So this is my final screen over here. So this is kind of a preview screen where I can just view all of my selections I've made so far. So as you can see in the source connection details, I've selected this, all details, then target connection details and field mapping details. So here I can just quickly do a review. And in case if I want to make any changes, I can just go back and, modify it and come back again on this screen. So once I'm done with the review, all I can do is I can click on submit. So once I've submitted my pipeline, it will show me a success message and I can click on done. As soon as I click on done, as you can see, it has redirected me to the manage screen. Here I can view all of my pipelines that are under my organization. So before we move ahead with the features that we have on this manage screen, what all we can do, let me execute the pipeline and show me how easy it is to execute it manually as well. So this is the pipeline that we created, SA LinkedIn Snowflake, and it's today. Let's execute this. That's it. As soon as I click on this play icon, it will start the execution. And it will hardly take a minute, to execute this pipeline altogether. Like when I say execution, that means it is bringing the data from the LinkedIn, it is putting the data into the Snowflake. It is doing all that thing within just a span of less than a minute. I'll show you that as well in a while. So let's see what all things we can do under the manage tab as well. So in case if I want to edit my pipeline, let's say I want to make smaller changes in my pipeline, or by mistakenly I have done something, so I want to edit that. So I can just quickly click on this second button over here, edit, and I can edit my pipeline. If I want to delete my pipeline, I can use the delete button. And in case if I want to see the past 10 records, past 10 execution records of a particular pipeline, I can use this run history model over here. And this last option is move to and copy to. These are basically, let's say if you have multiple employees under the same organization or multiple developers working under the same account. Yeah. So if you want to segregate the, segregate the pipelines under that particular folder, let's say employee one, employee two. So you can segregate under that. So let's say if I have created this pipeline under default, but I want to have this under my folder, what I can do is I can click on move to, and I can move this particular pipeline. Or I want to have a replicate, so I can just use the copy to. I can manage all of those under folders tab as well. I can just use that tab as well. So on the left hand side, if I look, I have many filter options over here. Let's say I'm looking for a specific pipeline, under specific environments or by type or by time. So I can just use this particular functionality over here. So with that being said, let's quickly go to the monitor tab and let's see what's the status of our pipeline. Oh, it seems that it has already, completed its execution. Because what happens is whenever we execute any pipeline or any pipeline that are currently in progress state, that comes over here. And once they are done, whether it may be success, stopped, or failed, it goes into the archive tab. But as our pipeline has already succeeded, it has moved to the archive tab. So let's quickly go to the archive tab. Yeah, as you can see, this pipeline that I just executed as a LinkedIn Snowflake, it has executed successfully. And we were just exploring a couple of features on manage time, and it already executed that pipeline itself. So that means it was able to bring in the data as well as put it into the Snowflake account that that I have linked so far. But what now? I mean, what's the next step from here? Because our use case was, what we considered is what I want to do is analytics, right? That's fine. I have moved the data, I have kept it. Now I can, I can also have that in the CSV sheet and so on. But I want to do analytics on top of it. I don't want to rely on multiple tools just for, just for smaller tasks, just to get the data one tool, then do the analysis on some other tool and so on. I don't want to do that on multiple tabs. Sorry, on multiple tools. What I can do is I can take a leverage of EazyDI right over here. All what I have to do is I have to go on analytics tab over here. Yeah. So here, all I have to do is I have to select my topic. So topic is basically, I mean, here we have to specify, behind the scenes that which table we want to read the data from. So here again, I mean, the Snowflake account, we use the table that we used while, putting our data in. So I have already mapped that data because we have a time constraint today. So that configuration is something that I've skipped and I've already pre-configured it. But it's also similar. I mean, you saw on the pipeline tab. So it's similar. I mean, there is no code whatsoever required, no technical details, only the basic details and just a table name, whatever you want to link. So with that being said, let me ask a couple of questions to my data itself, rather than having a traditional dashboard or relying on some sort of, developer to build me a dashboard and then I'll get the analytics and so on. Let me ask a plain simple English question and let's see, I mean, whether it is able to, answer my questions. So let's say get me campaigns by impressions. Just for an example, let's see if it is able to make sense of my question as well as make sense of the data and give me appropriate answers in a graphical format. So what it will try to do is it will go to my respective table that I've linked and it will try to get that data and it will try to make sense of what I have asked. I have prompted the question and based on that it will try to get the result from that particular data. So as you can see, not only in graphical format as well as in descriptive way, it has provided me the answers. In plain simple English descriptive way, on the left hand side, if I'll see, I have already got all of my total impression, which was, the highest number of impression campaign and so on. So, and on the right hand side, if I look, if I have already a list of, campaigns and based on their counts. If I scroll down, I'll see each and every campaign over here and this is my campaign name and so on, how much was my total impressions, then how many were the unique campaign name and so on. If I scroll down, I'll also get the data of it. If I want to take a look at the data, I can take a look at the data right away. I don't have to go to another portal for the same as well. I can have everything under the same hood under EazyDI itself. I don't have to rely on multiple tools. I don't have to go to multiple tools just for smaller stuff. So let's try another example over here. Let's see if it's able to give me top 5 campaigns, top 5 by total clicks, for an example. Okay, let's see if it's able to give me this particular answer for this question. Okay. Again, it will follow the same process. It will go to my table and it will try to make sense of, my question as well as the data, and it will try to answer my query. So as we can see, it has already given me in the chart format, that's a graphical format, with the name of the campaigns and what was the count of the total clicks, and as well as in the descriptive way. And in case and how was the total, I mean, what was my total count, then unique campaign name. And if I want the data, I can definitely, scroll down and look at the data. So that was, I mean, that was as simple. If you look closely, within minutes, what we did is we created the pipeline, we executed it, we explored the features as well on the go, and we prompted a couple of questions on top of that data as well, right away in couple of minutes. That was as simple as that. And now, I mean, whenever we create the pipeline, right, it's a reusable pipeline. You don't have to do that on daily basis. It's just one time thing, and it will, run for, I mean, whenever, I mean, however you schedule or whenever you want to execute it. So it's not like a daily job as well, so we can cut that time as well. So within minutes, I mean, I can get the sense of the data, or sense of like how my campaign is actually performing on daily basis. So that's the, I mean, that is how EazyDI is helping many digital marketers over there. So just to recap, we connected LinkedIn ads, then piped the data into the Snowflake, and used Analytics tab to ask questions and visualize results. All just in a few minutes, and without even single line of code. That's the power of EazyDI. Just it is simplifying the ad data integration and turning it into actionable intelligence with speed as well as in with scale. With that being said, I'm happy to take any questions, but as Neha highlighted that the Q&A session is the end, so let's connect at that time. Over to you, Neha.
Thank you, Shubham. It was a very fantastic walkthrough. It's always powerful to see how theory translates into real impact, especially when it comes to managing complex campaigns across multiple platforms. Now that we have seen the product in action, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What does this mean for marketers and business leaders shaping data-driven strategies? To share that perspective, I'm delighted to hand it over to Gaurav Sadhar, who is a seasoned expert in marketing strategy and campaign analytics. So over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you so much, Neha. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. This is Gaurav from Need Instructions. So, before we get started, I wanted to discuss few things. Needinstructions.com is a platform that provides instruction manuals and how-to guides from assembling furniture to fixing electronics. So, the beauty of a model is reach. Okay, we offer content that solves everyday problems, which attracts massive audience of global users. Now, this high-volume traffic is monetized through a smart combination of ads and affiliate partnership, which turns the user visit into revenue without charging the users a penny. We invest heavily in digital performance marketing. For example, running campaigns across Google Ads, Meta, LinkedIn, so that we reach the right people at the right time. We also rely on a data-driven approach to continuously optimize those campaigns and increase the engagement to make sure that every ad dollar is delivering results. So this is where platform like EasyDI becomes critical. They provide us insights and the real-time analytics and also help my team make better marketing decisions. Now let me tell you how exactly EasyDI is helping us. So like many fast growing digital businesses, we were doing a great job. But when it came to the digital ad data, things started to get a bit difficult for us. Campaign results were scattered everywhere, that too with their own format and the dashboards. So basically, every week my team had to spend hours manually downloading the reports and then merging those spreadsheets, trying to figure things out. The manual process didn't just waste our time, but it also caused a lot of delays, which hurt our performance. Also, it became pretty difficult to act quickly when something needed to change. In short, we had the data but didn't know how exactly to use it. So now with EasyDI in place, we have completely transformed the way we manage our ad data.
Uh,
EasyDI now flow.
Gaurav, sorry to interrupt. Can you put the slides in presentation mode?
It's in the presentation mode.
It's not. Can you click on that?
Okay, I'll What are you guys able to see? Is it
Yeah,
now?
please. Just give me 1 minute. I'm checking.
Okay, okay, sure.
Okay, no issues. You can carry.
Okay. So where was I? Yes. So what I was saying is now with EasyDI in place, we have completely transformed the way we manage ad data. EasyDI now flows this data into a centralized architecture that supports the entire business. This architecture is designed to ingest, then transform, prepare, curate, and publish the ad data within a single stream pipeline. What's unique here is the data quality, the governance, and the security. And they are not add-ons; they are embedded at every step. The result, our marketing team, our IT team, our finance, and our leadership team now operate from a single source of truth with faster insights and cleaner ad data, that too with more confidence. With EasyDI, I have finally stopped guessing and started acting fast. We saw that users who didn't engage in the first 5 days were 3x more likely to churn data. So we triggered onboarding campaigns and churn dropped by 13.6%. Our retention has increased by 22.4% and the conversion rate by whooping 40%. So now our retention's up, the traffic's growing, and the insights show up quickly. Yeah, so honestly speaking, EasyDI has turned our messy data into a real growth. I would say needinstruction.com has gone from chasing data to actually leading with it. With that, our entire organization is more aligned. So with that being said, I'll pass it over to you, Neha.
Thank you so much, Gaurav, for those valuable insights. I'm sure a lot of us are walking away with new ideas and clarity and on how to move forward. Now that you have seen the product demo, also seen that how markets are using our product for automate and simplify their process, the question arises is why only EasyDI? Why choose EasyDI over other platforms, right? So let me show you the differentiators how EasyDI is different from other platforms. Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan, you can see the screen.
Yeah. So what makes EasyDI different from many of the other platforms in the markets? So it's because it's not just what we do, it's how we do it. First, we disrupt the traditional data economics model. There's no data tax here. You get enterprise grade performance without the overhead. Second, we help you break the legacy cycle. EasyDI is continuously evolving with over 200 plus digital marketing connectors, so you are never logged into outdated systems or connections. Third, you guys know that one of the biggest hurdles in data analytics is trust. But you don't have to worry if you are using EasyDI because EasyDI brings governance, quality checks, and compliance right into the architecture. You don't need a separate tool to validate your numbers. It's already built in EasyDI. We are built with data trust at the core. The quality, governance, security, and reliability are baked into every pipeline of EasyDI, which you will build in the platform. And most importantly, we make data a team sport. So this is all about the collaboration. EasyDI is built from for both business users and IT teams. Marketers, analysts, and developers can work from the same platform with shared visibility and goals. No silos and no friction and no basic data or unclear goals. So finally, our boldest promise from EasyDI is to free your data. With EasyDI, you can activate more data than ever before securely at scale and in compliance with regulations. Whether you have 10K records or 10 million, EasyDI handles it everything. So this aren't just checkboxes. These are the principle EasyDI was designed on, which is efficiency, trust, scalability, and collaboration. So this was all about the differentiators. Now let's move from the differentiators to the actual capabilities of EasyDI. So these are the key features of EasyDI platform that you will interact with directly. First, the friendly design. You won't need an engineering background to get started. It's built to be intuitive and simple for marketers and analysts. Next is real-time connectivity. You can effortlessly connect to multiple data sources, whether it's Meta Ads, Google Analytics, your CRM, or a data warehouse like Snowflake or BigQuery. So it's all about plug and play, where you can unify your campaigns and get customer touchpoints all in one place. Workflow automation is another huge win in EazyDI. Create your own rules to move, transform, and clean data without relying on developers. With EasyDI, the entire process of data movement, transformation, and refresh is automated. So you are no longer wasting time or waiting for downloading CSV, cleaning formats, or merging Excel files. EasyDI helps your team to focus on strategy, not on data prep or cleanup. So, and of course, reliable analytics. EasyDI offers built-in dashboard and customizable reports, helping you track performance, engagement, and ROI metrics in real time. So these are the tools our customers are using every day to scale campaigns, optimize spend, and outperform their competition. So we have covered a lot today, from marketing data challenges to real world results and strategic insights. Now this brings us to the most interactive part of today's webinar, which is the Q&A session. Now it's your turn to jump in. If you haven't already, please feel to drop your questions in the chat box or Q&A panel, whether it's about specific features in EasyDI, use cases, implementation, or even what's next on our roadmap. So let's get started with the questions. Okay, so I see a few questions already coming in. I would take few questions from the panel. Yeah, the first one is, can EasyDI connect to all of my ad platforms, including TikTok, Snapchat, or Amazon ads? Shivam, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, sure. So to answer the question, yes, absolutely. EasyDI offers plug and play connectors for popular marketing platforms. Just like you mentioned in the question itself, TikTok ads, Google ads, and we just saw in the demo as well, LinkedIn ads. These are just to name a few, and there are many more to it. You can pull your ad spend, campaigns, performance, and store data into, in whichever form you want, and in whichever, file system or database, wherever you want, without writing any code, and start analyzing or combining it with other sources instantly. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, thank you, Shubham. So basically, our goal is to bring all your campaign data into one unified view. We offer native connectors for most platforms, and for others, our team can help set up custom pipelines via API or file-based ingestion. Second, can I restrict data access by role or department? Absolutely. EasyDI comes with a granular role-based access control. You can control who sees what. So a marketing lead may have full visibility, while an external agency or intern can be limited to a specific report or client. So it's built for both security and collaboration, as I said. Are non-technical team members able to use EasyDI effectively? Yes, that's one of the reasons we picked it. It's visual, intuitive, and doesn't require coding or any programming knowledge. Anyone on the team can build or modify dashboards without needing a data engineer. You already saw in demo given by Shubham, with just few clicks, he was able to connect to LinkedIn and easily bought its data in Snowflake. So it's very simple with EasyDI. Can I use EasyDI to combine data from email campaigns and CRM? Shubham, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, sure. And to answer the question, yes, that's exactly what EasyDI is designed for. You can bring in the data from your email marketing platforms like MailChimp, Klaviyo, etc., or let's say CRM tools like HubSpot, Salesforce, just to name a few. Once you have connected, all you can merge, clean, transform all of this data into a unified view of your customers and campaigns. This will help you answer questions like, which channel drives the most valuable customers? What's the full customer journey from email to open purchase? It's powerful and designed to be easy for the marketers.
Okay, thank you, Shubham. So, one question, what does the onboarding process look like and how long does it typically take to get value? So most of the teams start seeing value within days, not weeks. The onboarding process is designed to be fast and guided. You will also get priority onboarding support as a webinar attendee, and if you can, and we can even do a proof of concept if needed. So thank you all for the fantastic questions. It's clear that's a lot of curiosity and energy around solving these challenges with data. You are seeing a ton of great questions coming in, and while we will love to answer every single one, but we are a bit tight on time today. If we didn't get to your question, you don't have to worry. Our team will personally follow up with you after this session to ensure you get the answers and guidance you need. So as a thank you for attending, we are offering a free 30-day trial of EazyDI. Plus, you will get a personalized consultation or a POC, priority onboarding support. You can head over to app.easydi.com and you can sign up today. To wrap up, I just want to say that EasyDI is redefining data management for marketing teams. It is very fast, secure, and built for business users who don't want to get stuck in code or in any confusion or in a messy Excel sheets. For further questions or demo requests, you can email us at info@easydi.com. Our team will get back to you soon. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, everyone.